Are you frustrated with all the things that people are trying to tell you that you've got to do to grow your Instagram account? From stories, DMs, likes, follows, hashtags, all of this stuff. Well, I have some really good news for you today. I grew an Instagram account to over 8,000 followers really, really fast, and I didn't do any of those things. So if you are overwhelmed, frustrated, feels like nothing's working, well, this video is for you. So let's dive in. I'm gonna walk you through the process that I did to really grow this account. The first thing that I did, number one, is I realized that how we made people feel was primary.
Can I really be happy?
I want to be happy.
And me! Sign me up! What about me?
What about me?
Do you really think I can be happy?
And this really is true when you're putting things out there that is informational. If you're selling information and it's not like a physical product, it is so important how you make people feel. And so what I did is I used a tool from CoSchedule, and it's called Headline Analyzer. And I will link that right down below. It's a free tool. And what I started to do is absolutely every graphic we created that had a quote on it, I put it through the Headline Analyzer to make sure that it had enough what's in it for me for people to care, right? So that's one thing that the Headline Analyzer does, is it allows you to come up with content that people are going to care about. So you might really think a specific quote is great, but other people may not care because there's nothing in it for them. Maybe it's meaningful to you because it's something you've walked through, or your particular situation. You really want to make sure that people are going to care about your content. So I run everything through the analyzer. The other thing that we do, we create quotes, tons of quotes, and we also use video clips, and we have a TV broadcast. So when I started, the Instagram account was like about 1,000 people, I think. And my YouTube channel was way bigger than them on YouTube. I think they have maybe 1,000 people on their YouTube channel, and they've been trying to grow it for years, right? So this is what I did. And the video clips really weren't getting any traction initially. So I, again, used the Headline Analyzer, made sure there was some sort of, hook on the video that would get people to click through and watch. And those two things, and on the quotes and on the clips, really have produced content that people care about. Number two, let's talk about hashtags. So I actually wanted my team to create hashtags and to, recycle them and get new ones and all this kind of stuff, because that's what everyone tells you, right? Well, somehow that message didn't get through, and I actually asked, I'm like, what hashtags have you guys been using? And they said, well, we've been using the same ones over and over again. So, using the same hashtags over and over again and changing maybe one or two out. So I went and I took the hashtags that we were using and I put them into a platform that we use, which I'll mention it in a moment. And it actually told me that these are the hashtags you want to use. They were in the green. These are the primary things you want to use. And they were terms that are very common. I think that's one of the other things that is really easy to do, is to go out there and grab hashtags that people aren't using, like they have an emoji on them, or they're not a common word. So you want to make sure that the word is very common, that your demographic is going to search for it, and that they are, the right number, the right quantity of people following that hashtag or posts or whatever it may be. So this actually debunks the whole thing of you want to switch out your hashtags. You don't have to. We've used the exact same hashtags, and it's caused our account to explode. All right, so then number three, we use Tailwind. Now, I use my personal Instagram account, which I opened a few months ago, earlier this year, to test stuff out on. So if you go to my personal Instagram account, you're going to see like a bunch of different random pieces of content. Like I'll create a video here, I'll do that, do this, do that. And it's because I'm testing content for the platforms that I actually produce content for. Because I figured if it performs well on my platform where I don't have that many people follow me, then it's going to perform well, right? So that's what you'll get if you go to my Instagram account. You'll see all the stuff I'm testing. Little inside note. But what I did was I started to use Tailwind on my account. I opened up an account and I didn't really have anybody following me. And I started to use Tailwind, and it really caused my account to grow. And the wonderful thing about Tailwind is it tells you when to post. We post a minimum of 3 times a day. You don't want to post any less than that. If you can post more, then more power to you. Because what you want to do is make sure that your content is on the top at all times. Because Instagram's going to show the most recent content on the top. So if someone else is posting more than you, they're going to see their content versus yours. And only if people are interacting with you will they see your stuff. So by posting at least 3 times a day or more, you're going to get more traction. So definitely use Tailwind, and Tailwind will tell you the hashtags if they're in the green. You want the ones that are in dark green, and utilize those, and utilize all 30, and you can save them. Use the same ones over and over again, like we have. It works. No one's going to get shadow banned. All right, so the last thing that I want to tell you that I found out that worked, especially for those of you that have less than 1,000 followers and you just really want to grow your account fast. Now, obviously you have to, have some content that people care about, right? You want to make sure that you keep people. So if they come and follow you, you don't want them to unfollow. So this is a strategy that has worked for absolutely every single person that I've talked to. What you do is you follow a major influencer in your demographic, someone that would have followers of those that you're trying to target. So you go ahead and you follow them. Then about an hour later, you want to go in and you want to unfollow them and then follow them back. Now, I would recommend don't do any more than 15 people in an hour, because if you follow and unfollow more than 30 people an hour, Instagram will all of a sudden freeze your account. So what you want to do is, I would even go on the safe side, maybe do 12, maybe do 10. What this does is it puts you at the top of their follower list. And so what people are doing is they go in to the followers of that influencer and they start following people. And so you want to be at the top of the list. You want to keep yourself at the top of the list. So you want people that have like 100,000 followers or more, that have an active, growing account, right? And then these people are going to follow you. The other thing is you will get some that have that software that automatically follow, because that's what the software does as well. It does follow people via the list of those that are following big accounts. So just keep that in mind. So some of these people will leave, but hopefully if you produce really good content and things that have an element of what's in it for me, then people will, even if they accidentally follow you, maybe they'll stick around, right? But if you do this within a week, like I grew my account, my Instagram account, by 1,000 people in a week, and those people are still there. So if I would continue to do this, I'm sure that I would get a lot more people. You can definitely do it at any time, and it works consistently. So hopefully this will, help you to grow your Instagram account, feel less overwhelmed, focus on your content. Don't worry about the hashtags. Just get a good set of hashtags that you can use every single time. Make sure that they're good ones and that they're in the green. I highly suggest Tailwind, and post at least 3 times a week. And I would major on how you make people feel, minor on the solutions you provide. So if you do a video on the solutions you provide, it seems to me that those things, they perform, but they don't perform as high as how you make people feel. So focus on how you're making people feel versus here's all how amazing I am and the things I can provide. Mix that in with your content and you have a success plan. So hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. I will link all of these tools down below so you can find them very easily. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and we'll see you in the next video.